Welcome back, everyone. Hey, let's face it, if you're a nonprofit organization, you have two real issues. First, you've got to build awareness for the organization, and then you've got to raise money, because nonprofits, it's in the name. They need to raise money to keep their organizations going. Well, believe it or not, in Glens Falls, two nonprofits got together, combined their efforts to create a couple of events over one weekend that you're really going to want to know about. Joining me today is Kathy Naftaly, who's the director of the Crandall Public Library. Welcome, Kath.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here. And someone who's been here before, Duane Vaughn, who is the executive director of the Waite House. Welcome back, Duane.
Thanks, glad to be back.
Duane, I need to start with you. Crandall Public Library, it's sort of inherent in the name, what it is. But with Waite House, I always want people to know what you're providing to the community. Tell us about Waite House.
Sure. About 12 years we've been running now. We have an emergency shelter for youth ages 16 to 21 that present as homeless. And we also have a transitional living program for young girls, 16 to 21, that are pregnant or parenting.
Mm-hmm. You know, as we've discussed when you've been on here before, that age group is such a precious commodity to our society. And we're having to be living in an age where state funding, national funding, or just the topic itself seems to get pushed aside or not treated seriously enough. And nothing could be more serious as far as, I think, any parent, any grandparent, or any valuable member of society would recognize. I know you see this. Let's just give our viewers a little bit more information on the number of kids that have come through Waite House, the kind of services that you provided for them. Tell me.
Sure. We've had about 1,400 youth that have come through our doors in the past 11 to 12 years. You know, we've seen kids that come to us for all sorts of reasons. There could be mental health issues. There could be substance abuse in the family. There could be a death in the family. It's really non-discriminative of how the youth come to us.
Mm-hmm. Now, and of course, that's an equal opportunity abuser in a way, right? Because you could be any race, any male, female.
Absolutely.
Come from all different backgrounds. Interesting thing Duane told me before we went on air was that also kids from out of state who wander into this state, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, you don't turn anyone away.
No, we've had kids from Florida, Georgia, Arizona, Vermont, all over the country, actually. We predominantly serve Warren, Washington, Saratoga counties, though, but our doors are open to anybody that shows up.
Now, let's face it, if you're tackling this kind of topic, you need 24/7 supervision. You need to provide an environment that's safe and secure for these kids. You need to provide services that help them if they have a drug issue, or if they have mental issues, or if it's a girl and if she's pregnant, right?
Absolutely.
So, you know, we're talking about extensive influence here on trying to raise money for the efforts that you provide to these kids in the community. That's a very concentrated effort. Kath, let's jump to Crandall Library. Again, it's sort of inherent in the name. It's our public library. I live in Glens Falls, so I can tell everybody that's the center of the hub of the universe of Glens Falls is Crandall Library. What would you like the viewers to know about Crandall? You know, we think we live in an era now where it's all video-centric. Nobody reads books anymore.
We are part of the infrastructure of a great community. We're as important as the police, the fire, the roads, the garbage collection. Not that we're garbage, but books and physical materials make up most of our circulation still. You hear in the air that, oh, it's all electronic. Only about 6% of monthly circulation is electronic downloadables like books or audio books.
Right.
The bulk of people using the library, and there are a lot of people still using us, physically take out books and DVDs and not cassettes, aging us, DVDs,
right, or CDs,
CDs, thank you for the right word there.
Yeah.
So we're, you know, but that's just part of what we do. We also provide lots of programming, lots of enrichment, from neonatal to seniors, and God forbid even probate information for people.
Right.
Everything from cradle to grave.
Right.
We are concentrating a lot on programming, whether it's for 20-somethings, for teens, for adults, and most importantly for young children and school-age children.
Well, I find it very rewarding personally. Of course, so you don't want my 8-track tapes? Is that what you're saying?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm just checking, Kath. And I know because my granddaughters were here. My wife went over to the Crandall Library and took out a whole bunch of books for the kids. And that's because they do something called story hours for kids. I know about that. They do lectures, and of course you open up the community room for things like chess club and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now, a real vibrant part of the community, I think, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
In addition
Our
to...
space is available to community groups that need it for their own self-directed book clubs, for example. The Audubon Club shows public films sometimes. Other groups have things to offer the community. Our space is there to share with everybody.
Well, you know what? We even know some of the politicians use them for town hall meetings.
Absolutely.
You know? So, at any rate, the two of them got together. Now that you've got a bit of a background, the two of them got together and said on the weekend of September 11 and 12, they were going to hold their fundraisers back to back, Friday night and Saturday night, to give you an opportunity to block that weekend out to help both of these organizations. And they're both, I got news for you, they're both very unique approaches on fundraising. And I'm going to start with you. Are you growing this goatee because we got a little hippie thing going on?
No,
here?
that's hiding a couple of chins, actually. In recent way.
We've got Weight Stock
Yes.
on Friday night, September 11. I assume paying homage to Woodstock.
That's correct.
Okay, so tell us what we've got going on.
Yeah, it's a Woodstock type theme. We're calling it Weight Stock, like we said. Hippie attire is encouraged but not required. It's a very casual dress evening event. Starts at 6 p.m. We're going to have George Normandin come into play. He's going to start things off, and then we're going to have a band called Funkalicious.
Oh, man.
And dancing and just relaxing and nothing high-strung about this event. So we just want people to come, have a good time. It's $40 a person to come in, and it's probably going to run till only about 11 o'clock at night, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to feed you, and we're going to have a good time.
Well, you know what? You said high-strung. I got news for you. I'm a product of Woodstock. There's nothing high-strung about Woodstock. And I also want to give a call out to a buddy of mine, George Normandin, great musician. And Funkalicious, they're great.
Yeah,
I mean, you got some really good music there.
We're excited.
It's going to be a wonderful event. That's at Dunham Bay Lodge.
Yes.
Right on the edge, a southern basin of Lake George.
That's correct.
Right there.
Yep.
It's only $40. You go there. There's great food. Obviously, the spirit. And just think about what Duane was saying in terms of what Weight House provides to the community and how that $40 might really help them. The next night, well, darling, we're going to be heading in a different direction.
Yeehaw!
What do we got Saturday night?
Well, if you've got energy left after your event, and I'm sure people will, you can head on up to the Great Escape Lodge for Boots, Chaps, and Cowboy Hats Jamboree. It's the library's fundraiser. We're honoring Sally and Tom Hoy as recipients of the Henry Crandall Award. But we're doing it with a little different fun theme. It's Western, of course. We have a series of activities along with your usual cocktail hour. We have a plated barbecue dinner.
Barbecue.
But not too southern.
Yes.
So, it's more Western, man.
Oh, okay. Pardon me. Country music?
Country music with Spurs USA.
Great.
There'll be line dancing instruction. There will be a unique event that I want people to come to see, so I don't want to give it away. But I'll give you a little hint. It's something you might see at a rodeo.
Okay.
And then there's going to be some booths that you'll be doing Western-styled activities. It's going to be a great time.
Well, you know what I love about both these things, and I tell you, we could spend the whole program talking about this. We're out of time. But both themed with a lot of thought. I really want to compliment both of you for locking arms to make sure that we tie that weekend up, but also to theme these things for something that really provides a lot of entertainment, knowing that the money that you spend in either one of these, or both of them, is really going to help our community in very, very important ways. Well, Kathy, thank you so much for coming in. Very nice to meet you. Duane, great to see you as always.
Yes, thanks.
And don't forget now, it's the weekend of September 11 and 12. The 11th is the fundraiser in Dunham Bay Lodge for Weight House. It's themed after Woodstock. And the very next night, on the 12th, at the Great Escape, we got a jamboree. So you can go over there and kick some, okay, we'll leave the last word
Yeah.
out, and really help these organizations. Thanks very much for coming in. Great to see you.
Thank you.
To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.